Hi, welcome to the News Agenda for Thursday, April 29th, 2021. It's National Zipper Day, and so, you gotta do it. Zippity-doo-dah. It's also Thank You Thursday. So thanks for liking and subscribing. It's also Viral Video Day, so you know what to do. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen, but I'd like it to sometime. That would be fun. Maybe. Anyway, our top news story today is Rudy Giuliani, seen here tucking in his pants. Prosecutors obtained and executed a search warrant on the former New York City mayor. Apparently, the warrants were for documents related to whether or not Giuliani lobbied illegally on behalf of Ukrainian officials and oligarchs, which is strange because we all know oligarchs are known for their generosity and not asking for anything in return. Apparently, police got suspicious after Giuliani apparently continues to exist and has not been swallowed up by the Dark Lord Satan after trading in his soul for Donald Trump's election failures. Anyway, it's also been 100 days since President Biden has been in office. And it's not easy being commander-in-cheesy. I'll see myself out. But the president is bound to disappoint some people. In Biden's case, there are several issues he couldn't get a handle on. 1, he failed to prevent last year's COVID deaths. 2, he failed to have a good puppy dog in the White House. Major is still biting people. It's like Cujo and the West Wing mixed together. 3, Biden has failed to floss regularly. Despite promises from the dental hygienist, he's only been able to do so maybe once a week without forgetting. I understand that one. Biden's also, number 4, had a rough time embracing bipartisanship. And by that, I mean not proposing legislation Republicans voted for before and won't now. But it's not all bad. You see, Biden has kept several promises, including becoming president. He's also made headways into the effects of police brutality and mass shootings, not by prevention, of course, but by bolstering the nation's supplies of thought and prayers. Also, as part of the stimulus plan, Biden's administration will extend universal free lunch throughout next year. The school lunch program in particular has a wide breadth of reactions. Famous chef Jamie Oliver suggested that we could save money on these type of programs by teaching children what wild mushrooms and bugs are safe to eat. That sentiment was echoed by former POW, the ghost of John McCain, who said that insects were good enough for him when he was in captivity. But some, like bully Sherman Rose, said that it would make lunch money easier to steal because he only needs to steal the EBT cards one time. Tonight, Biden will address a joint session of Congress after the recording of this episode, but it's widely expected to involve words, clapping, not clapping, and more words. We'll catch you up on those words at the next News Agenda on Monday. In counting news, this week the census released some data, which means many things, including that Illinois will be losing a congressional representative. There's discussion about which district that may be, but somehow we still have Illinois Nazis, and I hate Nazis.
Hey, what's going on?
Those bums won their court case, so they're marching today.
What bums?
The fucking Nazi party.
Illinois Nazis. I hate Illinois Nazis.
Even more than I hate milquetoast Republicans like Adam Kinzinger. Mary Miller, Republican representative, said Hitler was right on one thing. And if it was anything but the deliciousness of strudel, it's about the importance of recruiting children. So yeah, probably not. Speaking of strudel, red meat. If you eat it, you eat it, and that's up to you. But that's only until Joe Biden gets into your freezer. And then, wait, what? It's not true? Oh boy. Why again? The Daily Mail, noted British tabloid, has suggested as such. But it's only a suggestion because the plan has not been released yet. And the Daily Mail decided to speculate on what could be in the plan, which included a study from 2020 which stated that eating habits affect the global climate and reducing red meat intake could have effects. No shit. It's not, his plan isn't even out yet. I don't even know what it is. It probably sucks. It's probably not enough. It's still not out yet. The reporting is, of course, based on lies. However, surprisingly, some people supported it, such as Chick-fil-A spokesman Hal Sparks. He said, "I don't see what the problem is. Don't the Republicans like us? Eat more chicken. Eat more chicken. Don't you like us?" Besides, Joe Biden's climate plan includes giving me money so I can work out of the home on my art stuff and not have to commute. In small government news, Fox News host Tucker Carlson said,
"As for forcing children to wear masks outside, that should be illegal. Your response when you see children wearing masks as they play should be no different from your response to seeing someone beat a kid in Walmart. Call the police immediately. Contact Child Protective Services. Keep calling until someone arrives. What you're looking at is abuse. It's child abuse, and you are morally obligated to attempt to prevent it."
This is better than the usual response from Mr. Tucker Carlson about children, calling his friend Matt Gaetz. Also in asshole news, former Senator and Republican candidate for president Rick Santorum said some shitty racist things. Yeah, he said we birthed a nation from nothing. I mean, there was nothing here. I mean, yes, we had Native Americans, but candidly, there isn't much Native American culture in American culture. So take that, states named Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and more. Fuck off with at least 2 acres of corn planted in the United States. Nobody cares about corn. It's nothing. It's not important at all to our economy. No, there's no more than that. Fucking dipshit. Also in asshole news, Georgia Representative Doug Collins, seen here trying to stuff his brain back in, will not run for re-election, nor will he run for Senate or governor in 2022. It's believed that Representative Collins, who is a staunch Trump supporter who once said that Democrats love terrorists, will be able to find a hole somewhere to live in Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene's district. Also in Collins news, Michael Collins, the astronaut who stayed on the command module during the first moon landing, allegedly died from cancer. Allegedly. He was 90 years old. Allegedly. The news out of India is depressing, with 200,000 deaths and rising from COVID, combined with a magnitude 6.3 earthquake in the northeast. Things are rough, but in the US we're pretending it's getting better, so we're already going out and not getting our second COVID shots. Yeah, we're doing that. Anyway, because we're going out, hair donation charities that make wigs for the needy cancer patients are getting a huge number of donations of hair after the pandemic. One new charity has emerged and is seeking some hair too. The Merk charity is ran by Matt Merkel, and they make merkins for people who lose their hair down there. Merkel said, "We also sometimes offer our merkins to schools so they can teach children about puberty." The name for that product is Mark Merkins. I didn't name it. Also, in technology news, Whole Foods is testing a new method of payment, palm scans. They're looking to use this as a way to pay for groceries when you finally sell your wallet to pay for groceries at Whole Foods. This move is being criticized by psychic industry group Psycho, who claim that Amazon is looking to drive independent palmists out of business. They also point out that the data on the palm could be used for nefarious purposes, such as reading the lifeline and for taking out insurance, which they totally wouldn't do. Nuh-uh. In podcast news, Dr. Joe Rogan. Dr. Rogan said on his podcast that young adults ought not to get vaccinated, which confirms everyone's suspicions that Joe Rogan is actually not a doctor. And it also confirms Mr. Rogan's own estimation that he's an idiot, or a moron, or whatever he's calling himself this week. You should believe him. This week, in order to ensure he's still trying to stay relevant, however, Bill Maher is expected to agree with Joe Rogan. And finally, in international crime news, and that is crime that happened in other countries, 19-year-old Jointy Bravery was charged with attempted murder when he was 17. He threw a child off the 10th floor of a building. The child lived. This case is being revisited because the defense for Mr. Bravery is that the child should be culpable in the attack too. They point to the United States and how often police officers escape murder convictions because of health conditions that the police say existed. In this case, solicitors for the defense claimed that the child was actually a part of the attack due to the child's susceptibility of gravity. And nobody can really know because gravity is just a theory. So that's the news at Gen for Thursday, April 29th. How was that? I hope it was good for you. I hope you don't like menthols because the Biden administration is going to ban those for some reason. Anyway, I'm Gender Bent, and I thank you for watching. I'll see you next week on Monday. Until then, thanks for watching. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/genderbent. And remember, I love you. Hi.